Okay, so in this video we are going to cover PPC campaigns, how to create the best PPC campaigns for your products, and to make sure that you are working at the highest profitable margins as you possibly can, and how to make your ads as successful yet as cheap as possible for you. Okay, so in your Amazon Seller Central account, you're going to want to go to advertising and then campaign manager. You'll be greeted with this page, and then you're going to want to click sponsored products. Hit continue. First thing you're going to do is give your campaign a campaign name. So if you are selling car seat cushions, just call it car seat cushion. And then put auto, because the first campaign we're going to do is an automatic campaign. I'll explain what the difference between auto and manual is in a little bit, but for now just click auto. The start date would be so today's date is the 28th of October, and then you're going to run it for 1 week. So a week from now, I believe it's 31 in October. Where are we at today? Sunday. Oh, sorry, no, we're miles away. Sunday, so I'm gonna run it for 1 week, and put your daily budget at $10 or £10 in this case, which is a little more than $10. So yeah, $10, $15. Hit automatic targeting, and then go to, scroll a little further down, your ad group name. So once again, call it car cushion auto. Make sure you put auto at the end of whatever, just so you know this is an in-house name, so you know exactly what this campaign is. Then you're going to have your list of products here that I've blurred out, so you just click add to one of those, it will turn up here. Scroll a little further down. Now you're going to have your bidding. It will give you a suggested bid range depending on what keyword you've put in automatically, depending on what the product is. But I'd always recommend starting at between $1 and $1.50. So you can put, we'll go $1.50. Optional negative keywords, you don't have to worry about that for now. Now just scroll down to the very bottom and just click launch campaign. It's as simple as that. Now you're going to let that run for 1 week. With an automatic campaign, Amazon, depending on what your product is and the information you've given them from the description, the bullet points, the images, everything, all the information that Amazon has on your product, what category it's in, etc., they're going to run an automatic campaign. So they're going to use all the keywords that they think will generate you sales. And what you're going to do after the very first week of this campaign running, it's going to end, is you're then going to download your search term report for that week. So it's a very easy way to do that. So you go back to advertising, go to campaign manager. Okay, so head over to advertising reports. And you're going to have to create a report. You use the create a report button here. Sorry, it will give you a report period. You just click leave everything as is. It should be on the last month. You will only have one report to download, so that's absolutely fine. Just click create report. Give it usually maybe 10-20 seconds, it will turn up here. Now all of these are my old reports, and then you're going to click download on your report. You'll only have one. So I'm just going to download one as an example here. And then I'm going to go ahead and open that up. Okay, so once you've done all that, now you've got your document up. So what you want to be paying attention to, first thing you'll notice, just a bit to the left, I've moved mine over a touch, but you'll have all your keywords here, your main keywords that people have been searching for, and then it'll be impressions, clicks. What you want to focus on is your ACOS, which stands for your advertising cost of sale, or sometimes known as your average cost of sale. And what this is going to tell you is, depending on how much you're spending for a specific keyword, how much of your profits are being taken, or how much of your product's final price is costing for you to make a sale. So now what you need to do is find out what your actual profit margins are. And the easy way to do that, like I've shown you before, is go onto your, by now you'll know this, you'll know what your profit margins are if you're using the Amazon FBA calculator, but you would have done all this, you'll know all this already because by now your product's in the warehouse. So if you are working with a 50% profit margin, let's just say your profit margins are 50%, this here, going from highest to lowest, as you can see, anything below 50% is perfect for you. I mean, if it's 50% or below, 50% means that you're breaking even, so you're not spending anything, or sorry, you're not losing money. I know that that might seem counterintuitive, but for now, all you wanted to do is find out exactly what keywords are working for you, and you want to get yourself ranked higher on up the page. So even if you're breaking even and selling products, in order just to rank you higher up on the page, it's not costing you anything, that's fine. And anything below that, you'd be making a profit on. So if your profit margins were 50%, you could see right here, this certain keyword's only costing you 40%, you're still making a 10% profit. So what you're going to do is sort this from highest to lowest, knowing what your profit margins are. So let's just say in this case 50%. So this one you'd have to get rid of, and anything 50% and above you'd have to dismiss. So you'd go along, you dismiss all the keywords that are 50% and above. Anything below that, so let's click on this one here. Any of these guys here you would keep. So you'd scroll to the far left hand side. You can see the numbers here. So it would be number 3, keyword number 3 and down, so all the way to the very bottom, you'd keep those keywords, and now you're going to create a second campaign. So with all the keywords that you're going to keep, so you'd highlight all of them, copy them, so you'd right click and copy. You're not going to be doing that with this number, by the way, guys. I'm just showing you this as an example. All your keywords will be a little bit to the left of this screen. You would highlight all the keywords that correspond with these numbers. So you, like I say, if you've got one that says 60%, 70%, 20%, anything above your ACOS, which is 50%, you're going to get rid of. So if the first 10 were 52% and above, the first 10 keywords on the left-hand side, you delete. Anything below that, you'd keep. So you'd go ahead to your far left-hand side, highlight all of the keywords that you want, then you'd copy them. Now you're going to go back to Amazon and you're going to create a manual campaign. So head back over to your Amazon Advertising and Campaign Manager. And now you're going to create a campaign. Okay, so now you're going to create a manual campaign. So you want to name your, whatever your product was, but make sure you put manual on the end of it, just so this is just in-house, so you know exactly what you're dealing with. So, start date, we're going to run this campaign for, again, another week. So that would be the 7th. Sorry, no it wouldn't. Why has it gone to April? 28th. We want the 4th of November, so that's 1 week. And now you're going to up your daily budget to $15. Make sure you now click manual targeting, because this is a manual campaign. Different from normal campaign, we're now going to choose the words that we want. So add group name, once again, this is just in-house, so you know what campaign you're dealing with. Okay, scroll down, select your product. Your product list will be here, so you select that. Scroll further down. Now you're going to have your default keyword bid, which you're going to set to $1.50. You've got bid plus here, so what that will do is increase your bid by up to 50% in order to beat what your competitors are doing. So example, you've put your maximum bid here at $1.50. Bid plus will increase your bid up to 50% of this, so 75% more on top of what you're already bidding in order to beat a competitor. So 75 cents onto this is $2.25. So if your competitors are now starting, they up their bid to $2.10. This will automatically make sure your bid goes up to $2.11 in order to beat them. It will do up to 50% more than what you've put as your maximum bid here in order to beat your competitors. Okay, so you can turn that on if you want to. I always like to do that, especially in the beginning. So put bid plus on. So now that will essentially that makes your bid now a maximum of $2.25 if people are beating the $1.50 that you've already set. Scroll down. Here you're going to hit enter keywords and you're going to be offered 3 types: broad, phrase, and exact. I'll explain what each of them are. So broad is something we're not going to use. Broad means that the search terms are very broad. So for example, if you are selling red socks and someone puts into Amazon large red t-shirts for man, your product could potentially come up because the word red is in their title, what they've searched, but it's also on very broad search terms. You don't want to do that because you're not trying to sell red t-shirts, you're trying to sell red socks. Phrase, it narrows it down, so it concentrates it a little bit. So if you are selling red socks and someone doesn't put in red socks, they put in large red socks for woman, then your product will turn up because they've used your exact keywords, but they've just added words onto either side of it. So that is phrase, that's what we're going to be using in this one. And then lastly, once we've got our final list and we do our third campaign, so our final campaign, which is a manual set of keywords, then we'll use the exact. That's pretty self-explanatory. Exact means that unless they type in exactly the keywords that you've given them, nothing else, nothing more, nothing less added, they have to type in, so if you're selling red socks, they have to exactly type in red socks. It won't show up in their search term reports. But for now, on our second, this is our second campaign, we're going to be selecting phrase. Now in here, you're going to paste the words that you've already got. So from your Excel sheet, from the first auto campaign, all the keywords that are on and below your ACOS that you've already copied, you're going to paste them into here. And you're also going to go over to here where it says suggested, and you're going to see that Amazon is suggesting other words for you to add. Now you can scroll through these, have a look yourself, and if you think any of them apply to your to your product and what it is and could be closely related, then add them. But make sure that you don't click add here because it's going to give you them in a broad search term. Sorry, you're just going to make a note of what the keyword is, head back over to keywords, and then just type it in yourself. So, example, if you wanted to add this one here, you just go into enter keywords, and then you just enter that keyword. Make sure it's always going to be on phrase, but just make sure it stayed on phrase. Once you've entered all those keywords, you're now going to scroll down. I've got to add a few keywords here, so okay, so those keywords are added. You just then click add keywords, scroll back down so you can see all your keywords are there. Your keyword bid's all set on auto, so it's already, you've already set it at 150, but you know bid plus is on as well. You've now got the option to remove negative keywords, but you don't have to worry about any of that for now. All you're now going to do is scroll down to the bottom and click Launch Campaign. Absolutely perfect. So that one's done. So we've launched the campaign. You've launched your campaign successfully. Now, once that week has gone, your final week, what you're going to do is go over to Advertising, Campaign Manager, you guessed it. We're going to go back and go to Advertising Reports. Report period the last month. Click Create Report. You're now going to have two reports here. So you've got your first one, which you know is already an automatic campaign. You'll now have your second one here, which will be your manual campaign you've just created. And you're going to download that search term report, the exact same thing again. You're going to open it up into a Microsoft Excel sheet or Google Docs. Head over to your ACOS, do the exact same thing again. Anything that is on your ACOS, so whatever your profit margins are, like I explained previously, if your ACOS is at 50%, for an example, anything at 50% and below, you can keep. Anything above 50%, so 51% and above, that's actually negative, that's costing you money. You can remove all of those keywords. Now you're going to be left with a highly concentrated list of keywords that you know are working profitably for you and creating sales. So you're going to copy all of those keywords, anything that's on your ACOS or directly below it, you're going to copy all of those, head back over to Amazon, and you're going to create your third and final campaign. So head over to Campaigns, hit Create a Campaign, Sponsored Products, campaign name, so you put in what your product is called, and then I'm going to always put final manual, so you know that that's your final campaign that you could run, and if you want to turn it off or pause it in the future and then rerun it, you already know exactly what it is. You know these are the words that work for that product. Start date, once again, pick your start date, and now you've got flexibility. You can choose to run this indefinitely because you know it's working for you. You already know that this is a master list of keywords, or you can choose to run it for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month. It's entirely up to you. If you get high enough up on the first page where you find that you don't need it running consistently, then what I like to do sometimes is run a campaign maybe once a month for a week, choose how long I want to run it for, if it's working well for me, and then I'll pause it for a couple of weeks, see how my product's faring. If your product's doing very well without it, there's no need to run your campaign. If you want to reactivate at any point, you can go straight back in and just unpause it in your Seller Central account under Advertising and Campaigns Manager. So this is your final campaign, so you can select a start date for an example, we'll just say we're going to set it for another 2 weeks. Your daily budget, now this is entirely dependent on you. What I like to do is leave my final one at $10. It's entirely up to you on what your budget permits. If you want to have a really aggressive PPC campaign, you can set it to $20, $50, it is entirely your choice. However much you're willing to spend in order to generate more sales, that's entirely up to you. We're going to go to manual targeting. We're going to scroll down, we're going to so I know what it's my manual and final campaign. We're going to add the product that your product is. Scroll further down. Now right here we're going to enter the keywords. So enter keywords. You're now going to go to exact because this is your final campaign. You want people to write exactly what this is. So now you're going to paste in here the words that you've just copied from your second sponsored advertisement campaign. All of the words from your Excel sheet. You're going to copy all of those into here. Make sure it's stuck on exact. You're then going to go to suggested. Don't worry about suggested. One more thing that I will say, which is crucial. It's a very, very, very good way of earning extra money. Not many people talk about it or know about it. With these exact words, I want you to copy all of them. So highlight them and copy all of them. Head over to Google Translate and have them translated into the second most spoken language, whatever, depending on what market you're selling in. So if you're in America, the second most spoken language will definitely be Spanish. Have all of the words that you know are now working very, very well. Pardon me, have all the words that you know are working excellently, have them translated to Spanish, and then copy and paste that into here as well. Because a lot of your population are typing Spanish words into Amazon and your products are not coming up because it's in Spanish. Not many of your competitors are thinking about this though, and this can generate you thousands of more sales. It works for me, it will work for you. On my Australian account, I have a lot of my words, all of my main keywords that I rank my product for, as well as my PPC campaigns. They're all translated into Chinese. Why? Because we have a massive Chinese population in Australia. So many people go onto Amazon and they type in Chinese. You know, they've got their keyboard settings in Chinese. So you're typing that in, no products are coming up. But guess what? Mine are, because I'm doing something that my competition aren't doing, and you should do it too, because it will generate you a ridiculous amount of sales, and so many people don't talk about it or aren't aware of it. So make sure you do that. Once you've entered all of your words in here and you've got exact, scroll down to the very bottom, hit launch campaign, and you are set to go. Now, depending on, don't worry about your negative phrases, launch your campaign, leave your campaign running for however long you want. 1 week, 2 weeks, Okay guys, so now we've covered PPC campaigns, I want to talk about one great little hack in order for you to implement into your PPC campaigns so you can make even more sales. And that is with misspellings. Now, so many people, I've never heard anyone talk about it. No one gives it any thought, but the amount of people that search for stuff online and can't spell properly, or they misspell something, is ridiculous. So you have to think of a way to capitalize on this. So head over to a website called typobay.com. And what you're going to do is put in your search term report, or sorry, your main keywords that your customers will be searching for. So we've already created and gone over our PPC campaigns. Our product was a car seat cushion. You're going to type that in, leave it on ebay.com because there isn't an Amazon option, but millions of people still use eBay, and just click search. Give it 5 to 10 seconds, and then you're going to click here for your results. So click the top link. And you see in the search bar here, they're showing you all of the ways in which people misspell but yet still search for car seat cushions. So you want to select all of this, select the whole thing, copy it, go ahead into a document and paste. And now you've got a list of how many people search for car seat cushions, but all the misspellings and misspelt ways that they've done it. So what you're going to do is now, see where there's a comma, it separates each one. Just go to the comma. You're going to have to separate them. This is going to take you a little while, but believe me, it's worth it in the long run. So you're going to copy all of them. Obviously, you have to remove the commas as well as you go. And then what you're going to have at the very end of that is a list of all the ways in which people have searched for car seat cushions, but correctly. So you can see car seat cushion, you get my point, okay? Any sort of way in which someone has searched for it, but they've misspelled it. But this is a great way now. What you want to do is now copy all of these. Once you've got your list and you've removed all the commas, you want to copy all of them, head over to Amazon and create another campaign. So go to Advertising, Campaign Manager. You're going to create a new campaign, Sponsored Products, car seat cushion misspelling. Start date, you can have this running indefinitely, so you can pick it all depends on you, see how it goes. So give it a week, start off with a week, 2 weeks. Set your daily budget, something small, $5. You want to do manual targeting, scroll down, give your ad its group name, select your product, default keyword bid, so you can have this very low. You could set this at like 50 cents, but then you could increase the bid, so put bid plus on, that'll take it up to $1. Then what you do is enter your keywords, make sure that you've got exact. Sorry, no, you don't want exact, you want phrase. Phrase is the one that you want because sometimes there'll be misspellings that even to my typo bay hasn't picked up. So you're going to copy all of those words in there, copy them all, paste them all into here. Obviously they'll be sorted out and they won't have any commas in at this point. And then you're just going to go to launch campaign. So now it's another great way, very, very low bidding campaign, but it's a very good way for you to generate more sales just solely by targeting the people that can't spell correctly or that have misspelled your product when they're searching for it on Amazon. Okay guys, so now it's time to generate your coupon giveaway codes. Now you're going to need to generate these whether you're doing it the manual way, so you're giving your coupons away on Facebook review groups or using the jumps and deals page, or if you're doing it the automatic way and you'll be using a product launching service like Viral Launch in order to give your products away and rank you higher on the page, you're going to need to first generate your codes. So how do you do that? So on your Amazon Seller Central account, hover over inventory and then scroll down and hit manage promotions. Once you do that, it will take you to this page. Now you're going to hit money off. This one here, you're going to hit create. So buyer purchases at least this quantity of items, always just leave that on 1. Purchased items, now this is just a list of all my products. You can't see because it's blurred, but what you guys will have to do is hit create a new product selection, and then you'll only have one product at this point. I'm assuming the majority of you, if you're new to selling on Amazon, then you'll just select the product that you want to run the coupons for and Amazon will do the rest. So you select your product, buyer gets always a percentage off and make it 97%. 97 is the highest amount that you can give a product away for on Amazon. Apply to purchased items. That's fine, scroll down. Starting date, now you always have to, I believe it's 5 hours. The codes do not become active for the first 5 hours. So even if we create them right now, they won't be active to be able to use for 5 hours. So always make sure, even if you want to create them for the very same day that you're on, the time has to be 5 hours ahead from the very point that you are now. So do it in 5 or 6 hours. And the end date, you can pick around a month from now. You're only going to be doing your product launch for around 7, maybe 10 days at the most. So a month is plenty of time for you to, get rid of all your units and codes. Internal description, so you just call whatever your product is. So if it was a car seat cushion giveaway codes, and tracking ID would just be money off. Leave that as is. Very important, when you go claim code, you want single use. So you only want one customer to be able to use one code. You don't want them to be able to use, 100 of your codes, for instance, if you're going to give that many units away. So single use, claim code, unrestricted, exclusive. You don't need customized messaging. Now you're just going to hit review. It will say, alert, this promotion you entered will result in a discount greater than 70%. That's absolutely fine. You're just going to click submit. And now that's done, we're going to go back to manage your promotions. So you're still on the inventory page, manage promotions. You should still be on here. Now you're going to hit manage. Now you're going to want to go over to this bar where it says active. These are already active, coupon codes that I've had in the past, but you want to hit pending because like I said, it will take up to 5 hours before your codes become active to use. So it'll only be a pending coupon generation. Go to pending, hit search, and you'll see that your coupon codes will come up here. You now want to head over to this arrow, hit edit. Hit submit. And now once you've done that, you can see that you can manage your claim codes once you've edited your promotion. So hit manage claim codes. Now, once again, this is an internal thing, so we could just do a car seat cushion, giveaway codes, 97% and quantity. So now you're going to print out the quantity that you want to give away. So if you want to give away 50, then create 50 codes. If you want to give away 75, create 75. However many codes you need to give away, so you would have worked this out already by however many the Jungle Scout web app is telling you you're going to need to give away in order to rank on the first page with your product. This is how many you're going to create. So let's just say, for example, you wanted to create 50 codes. You'd now hit create. And as you can see, it will now come down here to download. So you'd click download, it will pop up here. And now what you would do is just open up this file, double click on the screen, and voila, there are your codes. So now whether you're using a product launching service like Viral Launch, and they ask you once you've gone through the procedure of setting it up, how many codes, you just highlight your codes, copy and paste them, give them to Viral Launch. Or if you want to go onto Facebook, start posting a picture up of your ad on Facebook saying, hey guys, 97% discount coupon available, free product. PM me or personal message me if you are interested. And when people get in touch with you, you're just going to send them one of these codes. Never send them a link to your product, just tell them the main keywords that you want to rank for. So in this case, it's car, cushion, seat, whatever your product is, the main keywords, and then tell them they're going to have to search through the pages until they find your product. And then once they've gone to selected your product, put it in their basket, and they go to the checkout, all they do is apply the code, and it gives them the discount. So that is how you're going to create your coupon codes in order to do a product launch, whether you're doing it manually or you're doing an automatic service giveaway.